Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sam Guillen, the Director of Training for Berkshire Hathaway Home Services California Properties. We certainly appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to today's panel. I first want to send out our thoughts and our prayers and our well wishes to everyone in Orange County. There are fires currently that I think all hands on are trying to control those fires, but there are a lot of wildfires that are happening in the greater Irvine area, it looks like. And so if you're in Orange County, please check on your loved ones. If you know someone in Orange County in that greater area, please check in on them. I know that there are some evacuations in order. So all of our prayers and thoughts are out to you. And if there's anyone here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services California Properties that can be of service or help at this time of need, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of our branches or one of us. So may God be with you. All right. So I'm excited because we've got a rock star panel for you today. And I know I say that a lot, but I genuinely have three gentlemen that do some pretty amazing things. You know, not being on camera and being in front of the camera is never easy. And the three gentlemen that are with us today all share that sentiment, but they realize that video is a powerful tool to use in their business. So without further ado, let's invite our panel to come into the room here. Hello, and let's start with Chase Cromwell. How are you, Chase?
Hey, Sam. Good morning. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Chase is from San Diego County. He's the East San Diego County, kind of the central area, or San Diego Central office. He's been in the business now 6 years and is going to close 60 deals, probably more, with a total volume of about 40 million this year. And having been only in the business for 6 years, he's just absolutely killing it out there. So Chase, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
Yeah. My next guest is Spencer Wall in Orange County in the Laguna Beach area. Spencer, thanks for being with us.
Happy to be here, Sam. Thank you.
Yeah. Spencer is closed already 40 million in that greater Orange County area, specifically in that Laguna Beach coastal luxury real estate market. So he's playing in some really awesome properties out there. And he's been in the business 12 years, really doing a fantastic job. So Spence, thanks again for being here.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. And Andrew Spitz, who is from our Los Angeles, Encino to be specific, office out in the valley there. And Andrew is our long-term veteran here who's been in the business nearly 35 years, started in 1986. And he's going to close 95 million this year, together with his team, about 50 deals this year, and works with anything from small condos all the way to castles. In fact, I think that's his tagline, from condos to castles. Andrew, thanks so much for being here, my friend.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. And so let's dive right into it, gentlemen. So, you know, being on video, as we all know, is not easy. And, you know, there's all kinds of different methods to be here. And one of the reasons, outside of you all being fantastic, you all approach video in a very unique way. But let's start off by saying or asking the question, why did you decide to get into video in the first place? And was it an easy decision, or did you just kind of procrastinate because of the fear or the uncomfortness that you had? Spencer, let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember posting one of my first YouTube videos when I was initially licensed 12 years ago, and not getting not many views, but I remember explaining the difference between a short sale, a foreclosure, and a regular sale, kind of teaching myself about what those were and posting it. And then I think it kind of morphed into property tours, like showing clients from out of state properties and having myself on camera and explaining things and doing, and now as technology advanced into FaceTime and actually talking live to people. And then there's the video. I was always interested in the video marketing side of it. So just properties, not with my face, but just having video out there. If it wasn't that long ago where a video tour was actually very unique of a house. Now pretty much everybody does it, but that's kind of where it started. And then, you listen to gurus and video and say, and just them all saying you've got to be on camera. And so that was where the rest of the push came to really put my face and self out there more.
And so was it always a natural fit for you? Because like you said, you recorded that video and placed it on YouTube right from out of the gates. So it's just something that you've always embraced? Do you consider yourself a higher than average tech person?
Not at all. Like lower than average tech person for sure. I mean, I can I can take pictures and video with my phone. That's about it. And it did not come naturally at all. Like that first video, 25 takes,
That sounds about right.
There, I didn't screw up my words, so I'll post that. I had a tie on. I mean, I really polished it up, and it took a long time. And still today, I'll do retakes, but it didn't come naturally. But I knew how important it was. So
good. Yeah, really, really good. Andrew, how about you? So you've been in the business a long time, and I know that you've been marketing to that particular area that you've been working for so long, and do a lot of tried and true still today in terms of marketing, in terms of driving new leads and business to your business. But why and how, and was there a catalyst that caused you to go into video?
Well, the truth is I just figured this out this weekend. I forgot all about it. 10 years ago, or a little over 10 years ago, I was asked to join a networking group, and they had a lot of business people. And I'm still friends with a lot of these people because I was previously, when I got into business, I joined a group. I didn't know to join a group, but it was all these young, like lawyers, this and that. I thought, oh, maybe that's a good way to network to get business. But in this group, BNI, they wanted a presentation, and I did this really, I thought, brilliant presentation. They all loved it. I was watching it this week, and I looked like a deer in headlights. I mean, it was, I was always naturally camera shy, and it was hard. I was born and raised in the scene. I don't know if you know that, Sam. There's no hospital you can be born in anymore, but I live here, so it was natural. But I got back to it because everybody kept saying you need to be present on Facebook, and then I heard about Instagram, and then my son's a computer genius. Like, you need Instagram. You're not hip. You're outdated, Dad. And so he's kind of pushing me. And then from different marketing people through the company telling me to do stories, that I started doing stories. And it's hard because I have two partners, and I'm just trying to explain it. One that's really does the back end. She does like the escrows, and Fran, who's helps me on the ground. And he's totally camera shy. But like I said to you earlier, I think he comes off a lot better than me, and people like him better than me. So it's hard, and I struggle with it. But I would say that it is important to just go with it. And when you make a mistake, it's a mistake, and people know it. It's more natural. And so I used to obsess about getting it right, like Spencer talked about, and doing it. So now I might do one or two takes. Like this weekend, I was riding my bike, and I did a quick storyline about wishing everyone a happy weekend. And, I finished my first leg of I did it. I didn't like how it came out, so I deleted and redid it, but I generally get it done within 1 to 2 times now and just let it be. They did I have a show called Ask Andrew every week, Facebook Live. And I don't know how, I had my phone muted or, do not disturb, and somehow it rang. And I just went with it. And then when I played it back, you can see the blip. So if you go back to my Facebook, you see the blip, and I'm like, okay, that it is what it is. But we did well with that episode so far.
Note to self, the airplane mode isn't just for when you're on airplanes, right? It actually mutes everything out, right?
Thank you. I could have used that. I don't know how many weeks I can,
What can I tell you, my friend? What can I tell you? All right, Chase. You, I know in the beginning were really resistant to this because you and I have had the privilege of working with each other somewhat closely in the early days of your career, and I know that this was something that you resisted quite a bit. You're a roll up your sleeves. I'm going to go and help somebody out. Whatever they need, I'm going to get it done for them. And memorializing that on video and putting you in front of the video camera was the last thing that you had in mind. And yet, I would argue that it's the one thing that has really made a difference for you in your business. What was it that finally got you to step forward and start embracing video?
Honestly, just knowing and watching other agents do it, and knowing that was kind of what, separated a lot of these good agents from the agents that just didn't want to push forward and make the change. So I came from the background of construction, right? So I didn't even have a Facebook 6-7 years ago. I had no Facebook. I had no Instagram. Actually, I did have an Instagram. I would post like pictures of my daughter. So I was real like insecure about social media because it just wasn't my thing. And my dad was like, oh, stay off this stuff. It's bad for you, son. Well, then I joined this industry where I know how prevalent it is. And it's like passing out a business card every single day. And like, what's better than putting your face in front of somebody else's every day? Not just by making a phone call or text. It's like, put your face out there. You want people to see it and relate and put real estate in your face together in one. So I started doing that. I started seeing the rewards. I actually got a lot of criticism and feedback from my friends. Like probably for 2 years, they'd call me laughing. They're like, dude, this is so not you. I'm embarrassed to watch. I'm embarrassed too, but I got to keep doing it. So
good for you, because I mean, visually, you're probably the most notable person that's out there. I mean, I don't know if you're willing to, but you've got a white streak on your hair. If you're willing to show everybody, yep, there you go. You've got sleeves of tattoos you have up and down on you. And I remember you and I having this conversation because we were looking at one of your profile, your typical realtor profile photos. And do you remember that conversation that we had? And I asked you, why are we covering up all the ink? Are you proud of it? And he's like, absolutely. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. And if I remember that moment, we were like, let's embrace it 100%, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so was that part of the what was holding you back? Was that you realized that the perceived judgment out there and how you looked and things like that weren't the kind of standard protocol for most agents out there? And is that what kind of kept you or made you hesitant?
No, I didn't really care. I still don't. I just got my neck tattooed, and everybody told me like, don't get your neck tattooed. This is like the wrong industry for that. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, like if those are the people that don't want to work with me, then so be it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I think honestly it was my own insecurity is why I was reserved on video. And I laugh because Andrew was like, oh, I can do it now in 2 shots. Here I am. I do videos all week long, and I'll take like 20 shots still today to get the video that I want. And then I'm just like, now, like, honestly, my phone is out of storage. I'm constantly deleting crap because it takes me so many damn shots to get what I want.
I get it. And so, what each of you, take on video in a very unique way, right? So Andrew, you just kind of hit record and you speak into the camera and you're authentic and you do what you need to do. And you typically, at least with your Ask Andrew show, you do it in your office. Was that a strategy? Tell us why you thought about doing it from there rather than some kind of, a beautiful home or in some backdrop. You're in your element when you're in your office. Why did you decide to do it that way?
Well, I actually Ask Andrew was something that I came up with. God, I think it's not this year. It was actually the year before. And I did a couple of segments of it, but it really wasn't like what it is today. And when I started, it was really about a shift because, years ago when I got in the business, I was told that in order to survive in this business, and I was just thinking, God, when I got in the business, I looked like I was 15 years old. No one wanted to give me a shot at anything because I have a baby face for my age. Then I don't know if I do now. I don't want to comment on that, but it really was just to pivot. And they said, if you don't change your business, and in the years of being in this business, I've constantly keep reinventing my business and strategies and how I go about things. And if anyone wanted, they can call me up. I'll share some of my secrets. It's not a secret. I'm always happy to share, but I keep changing. So from the pandemic, I thought I would revisit it. And so Ask Andrew, when I started, it was actually filmed in my backyard, which if you look at this, what I call season 1, first couple episodes, they're all filmed in my backyard, and everyone would be calling me or emailing me like, whose yard is that? Because I have an amazing backyard. My backyard's like a park. And it's unusual to find land like that in Encino, but I obviously got to pick and choose where I wanted to live. But so it didn't start out that way. And then when I tried to do it not in my backyard, the reception was bad. I was filming from a park, and I had people coming up to me with no masks. And, it's like, God, are you kidding me? I don't want to get the coronavirus. And not to get into it, I have my good friend was Patient Zero. If anyone knows who Patient Zero is, I grew up with them, Greg Garfield. So I was trying to find a spot, and then the next episode was filmed outside the doors of our office. And, so then it just came inside basically. And it's constantly a work in progress, along with what I do is a Zoom with professionals locally in the area to help promote my business. So it's really about pivoting and changing formats, because my thing, besides being known in the area, and they call me the mayor of Encino, and the reason they call me the mayor of Encino, besides being born and raised here and being around, is I used to drive around in a convertible, and everyone would be calling, waving at me, and my clients go, "What are you, the mayor of Encino?" Or I go out to lunch, and people start crowding around and asking questions. So it just became that, and I figured, I don't have open houses, and open houses were, even caravanning was a great source of networking and finding off-market deals for us and making our money. And I'm like, God, I don't know how I'm going to survive this market. I mean, I really had a kind of a panic attack when this all took down, because when the pandemic started, we just did about $15 million of big deals, and they vanished. So all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I have nothing in the pipeline. What am I going to do? And I'm like, not that I can't survive for a while, but you start setting in and go, what am I going to do to change my business? And
I think you do I think you do a fantastic job with that show, and you actually take some questions. In fact, I've got a clip of it. Let's take a look.
Activity in the 5 areas I was talking about, from Toluca Lake to Woodland Hills, there's 483 homes available. That's it. A normal inventory is 2,000 homes. So just think about what I'm saying. Back in 1991, we had over 14,000. We had a question from Larry. Where do you see the real estate market in the next year? Good question. There's a lot of people trying to predict where the market's going to go. A lot of uncertainties. There's one thing I can tell you for sure. Interest rates will continue to be low.
Just a great job. I mean, there's so many things, like somebody who really enjoys video and producing really great video. I think one of the instincts or the mistakes that a lot of us make is we start thinking through, like, look at all the papers, I should have it straightened out, or I should have a better backdrop. But the truth is that people, when they tune into something like that, they actually lean in because they see that it's really authentic. It's not highly produced. It's just kind of on the fly. And so a certain amount of people are attracted to that. And so tell us about, are you actually beginning to pick up steam on your Ask Andrew show?
Well, from Ask Andrew and my Zoom, it is, I'm starting to get calls. I'm getting referrals. It's picking up steam. I mean, just now I'm getting some pretty good contacts that will be a constant flow of business besides the constant flow of business we have. So I'm hoping that, I can take this year and make it better than, next year better than this year. Though I'm not sure that this will be our best year yet. But, for a pandemic, I'm pretty proud of myself, because I think in the beginning of all this, I said, well, if I could just get to $60 million of business, because we have a big payroll. We have a lot of people working for us, and they're, it's not cheap, and we spend a lot of money on advertising, and I really didn't want to take away from any of that. And as you're aware, or I don't know if she's on right now, Allison, we're starting to do AdWorks commercials. So I don't know how that's going to go. They just finished our first commercial, which was kind of a feeling like going to the dentist and getting a root canal to try to get that done. Does anyone have an aspirin? Anyway, it will be airing soon, and I think it's all going to work really, really well. And I'm happy with where it's going, and I'm still, even though I'm happy with where it's going, I'm still planning some different shifts with my Ask Andrew and different ways of promoting myself and it's really what I call cross collaborations with other businesses. And that's what I thought about a long time ago because of my connections in the community, helping promote local businesses along with my business to help grow my business by helping them. So, it came, and I'm sorry if I'm running over on this, but it came from a long time ago. I worked for a guy named Mike Glickman, who at 18 was a millionaire. And when you say a millionaire at 18, this is in the 70s. And then on one of the biggest real estate companies in the Valley in Los Angeles before he went out. And one of his guys that worked for him, not Joe Babajan, but another guy, Dave Kahn, was a commercial broker. And he said, Andrew, the way you do this is farming. I said, yeah, I door knock. He says, no, it's all about relationships. So building the relationships up and building a great foundation, and then your business will stay instead of these quick fix agents who just want to sell something and move on and shoving it down their clients' throats. So I've adhered to that my whole career, and it's paid off really, really well for me.
Yeah, and these types of videos, these Q&As, these reach out to the community and being honest with your answers and transparent, right? Sometimes some of the answers that you give aren't necessarily self-fulfilling, right? I mean, you give people the truth, and I think that not only lends a lot of credibility, but it creates some rich content out there that people come to expect, right? And versus Spencer, you create these beautiful, really beautiful videos because you're in Laguna Beach. I mean, I don't think that there's a square inch in Laguna Beach that isn't beautiful, right? So you actually use the backdrop and the Laguna Beach and their beautiful homes as kind of your backdrop. But what is your approach? Tell us a little bit about your approach to video and why you decided to go in that direction.
Well, yeah, I do think that, I mean, some of the commissions that our clients pay us in Laguna Beach are right around six figures. And if I'm not putting out something to highlight those beautiful properties that's beautiful, I feel like I'm doing them a disservice. So I do the story videos with the iPhone, but I do think certain homes, actually all the homes I list deserve a nice property video. And the reason I'm on the screen with them is because you just pick out 2, 3, 4 highlights that are unique to that property that, and humans want to watch faces. Like I don't know the brain psychology behind it, but a human face wants to watch a human face talk. It gets from the beginning of time, telling stories. And so that's why I think I've made the decision to kind of be part of those videos, because I can give the property even more attention, by saying, hey, look at this, instead of just showing the living room. So,
and like you said, the client deserves it. I mean, they hired you to sell the property, right? They hired you to be the cheerleader, the promoter, the person that is making this happen. And why wouldn't you be in front of that camera, being the person who's going to be promoting this and showcasing this, right? So I love what you said, that the consumer deserves the absolute best. And I think that's what we're all about here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services California Properties. And so do you hire an actual crew for every listing that you have, and you come out and kind of do this production? So tell us a little bit about that. Yeah,
no, I've over the years, their business closes down or what, but I'm with a great group now. I'm happy to refer to anyone. I bring them in and they do their thing and I do mine, and just kind of share the highlights of the house. And then they go back into the cave and edit it out and make something really pretty. And I mean, just the leverage of that is unbelievable to know that you can tell your seller, I'm doing this video, I know it sounds cheesy, it's going to take a couple hours, but you're going to have 10,000 eyeballs see this in the next week. Like, a lot of people scroll past it, but you can't deny the power of that marketing where, I'll send out postcards too, but the video, the leverage is just unbelievable. That we're in this time, you know, where 10 years ago we weren't. Now you can pump it out as much as you want to any area in the nation, you know.
Yeah,
so
it is fantastic.
Ridiculous that is. But.
Really, really is. And I have a clip of one of Spencer's video. Let's take a look.
So now we've come up the stairs from the lawn, and we have another outdoor space, fireplace, where you can sit and enjoy during the day. You can enter your master bedroom from right here, from the interior stairway, or outside, or you can go the dramatic way, which I like the best, and you see nothing but ocean. As far as you can see, the ocean is just lapping up against the rocks and the cliffside. It's a majestic sound. One you have to see in person, but I'm doing my best to help you feel it. Views for as far as you can see up the coastline, full Catalina, sunset year-round. This is what you're here for, that location thing I was talking about. So as we come off the ocean view deck, you are in the master bedroom now. And what I love about this room is it.
Great job. So I have a question for you. How many takes did it take you to not hit your head on that outdoor sconce? As you're walking by there, either you've hit your head a couple of times and you just know, but I love how you kind of turned your head and you.
I don't know how I did that, because that surprisingly that video was a one take video.
Really? Wow.
Room. It was, and I think here's some encouragement for those out there that are trying to maybe work up the courage to do this. You really have to find, in my experience, a videographer that makes you feel like yourself, like you just feel totally comfortable and like, hey, they have patience, they take their time. The camera isn't a scary thing, you know. And then I fortunately have one right now where I'm just like, let's just shoot this, man, and we just walk and talk and.
Yeah, not somebody who's trying to, you know, Hollywood direct you, right? Just kind of letting you be you. And I think that really conveyed, right? You didn't seem overly, hey, this is, you know, Spencer Waugh, how you doing? You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. You were just being you out there, very comfortable. And it was done really, really well. So
a lot of credit to my videographer for that. I mean, it's like you'd show a house, you know, it's like if you had an appointment that day at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, look at this yard, check this out. That's the idea. That.
Awesome stuff. Now, Chase, you're all in on video. You videotape everything and you memorialize everything. I know we've talked about this on other shows, but anything from, you know, you doing push-ups to driving a 9-penny nail through your finger when you went to the hospital, doing that stuff. I mean, you do everything. So what is your strategy? Is it even a strategy, or are you just saying, I better record this?
I guess it's just kind of in the back of my head at all times that the more content, the better, right? The more people get to know who I am as a person, the good stuff and the bad stuff. So obviously shooting a nail through my finger is a huge accident and a no-no in the construction business, but I am not going to hold back any gore. If it's, you know, if I have the camera time to do it, I'll do it. But I truly think that it comes down to building a trust and letting people get a better perspective of who you are, not as a businessman, but one as a family man, as a worker, and what you do for fun. You know what I mean? This business is all about people trusting you with their livelihood, their money, and what better way and what better person can they hire than someone that could feel like, you know, a friend or a mentor or a leader, or, you know, I always like to put it in perspective. I like to be the dad in the scenario. I'm a father of 5 kids. So, you know, I would treat my clients like I want to protect them. I want to educate them, and I want to make sure that I do what's right for them. So, and that being said, everything that I video is about family, who I am, you know, what I do. So.
Outstanding. And I've got a couple of clips here for you. So let's.
Some blades for the cutoff saw. Getting ready to get down, cut off some old cast iron clean outs that are stuck and seized, rock, and not going to bring them any issues in the future. So stay tuned. I'll show you what I'm doing. Keep you posted. we're done. You can see the homeowners will have easy access. Now it's time to scope them. Today was a good day. We did find some roots in the pipe, but there is a solution to that. You can water jet them out and then line the pipe or replace them fully, but at least my clients are fully aware of the condition of them before they buy the home. Hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned till next time.
I love those videos that you do because, I do this session about, how we have to earn the right to be expensive. Like we have to earn our commission. And so many of us do kind of these 10 basic things and we kind of label them as value propositions. Obviously, the three of you don't. You guys are outliers. But man, Chase, you really demonstrate value proposition in a big way. If it's cutting pipe, if it's helping to haul away trash. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen you pull up with a trailer and help people just dump trash because you're dealing in tell them a little bit about your marketplace and why this approach is so effective for you.
I guess so. Where I was born and raised and I grew up is in East San Diego, which is kind of in the mountain area, more like it's a very blue collar area where there's a lot of construction families, a lot of households. The husbands or wives work for a construction company as laborers. So, what's going to be more relatable to those people? Me dressing up in a suit, which I do love to do, or me wearing my work boots and doing what, they got to do on a daily basis. I got to show them that I'm willing to put in the same work that they do for their family every day, that I'm willing to do that for them, to get them where they got to be for their investment. So.
Yeah, and I know what a lot of people are thinking, like, wow, you're taking on tons of liability and things like that. Well, one, you're actually a skilled craftsman. Like you're not just kind of winging it. You're not just going on YouTube and figuring this out. You actually know what you're doing. And then I think number two is you're willing to accept responsibility. Like you're willing to be accountable for your actions and then do whatever it takes to correct those if you ever have to, right? I mean, because I'm sure you've heard that before. It's like, why take on that extra liability?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when we're all, in this industry, we've got to be men of our own word or women of our word. But, I do have a lot of connections. I hope to God that I don't make mistakes when I do those types of repairs, but I also draw a fine line, where it's a conflict of interest, right? It's too much work or I'm spread too thin. I don't do more. I really try not to bite off more than I can chew. It all really comes down to, I really truly like to help people. And I showcase that, which it's probably not the best thing to do when you showcase like volunteer help. Because I'm sure everybody loves to do that type of stuff. And it's not that I'm bragging that I help people for free. It's just, it's good for my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you're open and share all things related to you, including your family. Your family is your absolute number one priority, as is with the other two gentlemen on our session today. But you've got 5 kids, and they're all under the age of 9, I think, right?
Yep.
And so you got your hands full. You're married to Wonder Woman. You recently built a BMX track out in your house for the community to all come. You're watching all these videos. And so I know you produced this one particular video. And I know all of this, not because you and I talk every day or not because I come on over and pop open a cold one and hang out. I know this because of all the videos that you produce, all the stories that you are
pretty much know my whole life from Instagram on a pretty good level.
And that's what I was getting at. That's what I was actually getting at is do you find that by being that open, that transparent, that people tend to feel like they know you when they meet you?
Oh yeah, 100%. I woke up, last night I woke up to like an alert on my Facebook feed of a guy's like, hey, I follow you on social media. We have mutual friends. I'm doing I'm remodeling a house up in so-and-so. And he's like, I really think you'd be a good fit for my seller. Can she give you a call tomorrow? And I mean, this is all just coming from social media. So I honestly, like, for Spencer, he's done 15 deals a year. That's amazing. And he's getting that volume. Me, I have to do 60 units. So I'm constantly looking for a referral. I need that coming. So like on Instagram, I probably get 20 to 30 closes a year from it. You know what I mean? Ranging from $1,000 to $700,000. But honestly,
look at the faces of Andrew and Spencer when you said I get like 20 or 30 deals. It's just like,
it's crazy. But I know. I'm a Sphere guy, so I work solely off of referrals and people getting to know. When you work a Sphere, it's all about who you know and how you know them and how comfortable you can get. It's not like I'm buying a Zillow lead and I'm going out to a blind showing and this guy's using me because I'm the first to show up. No, I'm getting these people to be attracted to reach out to me, or to the point to where they're comfortable enough to accept me reaching out to them, just based off of my Instagram, which is a business card of who I am. And that's why it works for me.
It's a fantastic business card at that. And now occasionally you'll do these highly produced videos. You do them far and few in between, but I think when you do them, they're brilliant. And I actually I have a clip of one that I think is fantastic, because I think it showcases who you are in a very artistic, beautiful way. And so let's take a look at that right now.
Agent, call the Cromwell Home Group.
Poor Junior has no other career options available to him, right? His career option has been defined now.
I got 4 boys. We're actually getting ready to do another video Thursday with my second youngest son, which is going to be pretty cool. It's going to replicate the old Kaiser Kid commercial with Pete Wiggins. You know,
oh, cool.
Any of you guys remember that? But I'm building my storyline kind of based off of that, which would be pretty cool.
So tell us about that as we transition into this. And if the other two gentlemen can also weigh in, tell us about when you go off to create these videos. You know, do you start off with a storyline and you start off and you map all that out, or do you just bring a bunch of people together and say, okay, let's shoot this. What are we going to do? How do you do it on the fly, or do you actually plan it all out?
I sat in my office. It was just last week. I told Chris Bryson, my manager, I'm like, hey, I've got an idea. I want to do another video with my kid. Here's what I think I want to do. And he has a background in marketing. So he's sitting at the desk and he's just, you know, chopping ideas up and throwing them at me, and I'm writing them down. And then within 30 minutes, I got a pretty decent skit. And that night I go home and recombobulate everything. And I send it out to my videographer and he goes, this is perfect. And then that was it. It just kind of happened. But one thing I want to mention, I was trying not to interrupt you while you're talking to Spencer, because I wanted to know personally, videos do have prices. Now, I use Instagram, my stories and my reels, they're free. When I market a property, I pay $300 to $500. When I pay for a nice video like the one you just saw with my kid, I'll pay anywhere from $800 to $2,000. Now, to track your return on that, I think it's too hard to do. I may not have had any direct referrals from that, but I can tell you when you're done and you look at your insights from each video, and you can compare your money value to your views, right? So how much money I put into a video, the production value of it, I'm going to get way more views. Which means, you know, my money went towards going to get 10,000 views rather than me doing a reel and I get 1,000 views, right? So yeah, the most important thing is to do as much video as you can, but also to implement like videos like Spencer did. I actually like what Andrew is doing because I've been wanting to do that lately. And I really am more embarrassed to get on that Facebook Live thing than I am to just get on and do a video. I can edit it and then post it and spare myself the mistakes, you know? So
Yep. Andrew, so your format on your Ask Andrew is principally to ask question or to answer questions rather, and you give market updates, and you do some good comedy kind of banter between your team. I think that's all awesome. But do you guys actually map that out, or you get there and you kind of hit record and you have the stats and things up, or do you guys actually go through like a production meeting?
Well, no, we map it out and then we adjust accordingly. But we also include, which when Chase was talking about how many referrals he gets out of, just to backtrack for a second on Instagram, just so you know that I'm an avid mailer. So my team and we mail all of Sherman Oaks, all of Encino, and besides being known and being in the industry, my main partner, has been in the business 42 years. Prior was an escrow officer for 12. And my other partner is in the business 32 years. And so we mail all those areas. So it's not anything you can define, because just like today, I have some appointments. I have a guy that called me and I know him. He'd see me around, but he knows me from seeing the signs in the community, the mailers, and my social media. He called me up to list his house. He wants to buy one of my listings, and he has 3 condos to sell. So there's your condos to castles, because he has a 10,000 square foot house that he wants to sell with us. So I have a meeting with him later on, just so you know how it really works. But it's not mapped out. And as far as the comedy, those are really, I'm pretty good on the fly, making that stuff up. I mean, we had a question from Karen 2 weeks ago, and if anyone knows what a Karen is, the new definition of a Karen, when I saw the question, I instantly went, I said, Debbie, is she blonde hair with very demanding? And, she comes here all the time. It's it comes to me. I don't know why. I'm married to a comedy writer, so maybe my wife says I'm her muse. She used to write for Will and Grace and did some Disney animated movies and
that's cool.
Streaming for.
Is she
Disney.
around? Because we'd like to. I'm just kidding.
No, she's not around. She pushed me to work on me in the house.
Understood. And Spencer, what about you? Do you actually create a storyboard and script some of it out? I know that you have a good videographer who just makes you feel comfortable, and I have to imagine that most of that is just organically coming from you. But how do you prepare if you do it all?
The best ones are the ones on the fly for me. Let's shoot. Oh, I'm inspired. What do you bounce the idea off the videographer? But for myself, I think in the past I used to even run them past my wife after I did a video. What do you think of this? Am I authentic, or am I trying way too hard? Now I don't do that. Now I kind of know that, just get it out there, whatever it is, whatever you're inspired. And I'm trying to be more like Chase and more like, not a boring professional profile. Like, hey, this is me, and working on it. So,
right on.
We have that comes from just going with the flow and not being so overly analytical. I think you got to just pump it out, be present.
Yep. We got a question here from Jewel Buenavista out of our Chula Vista office. So big shout out to Jewel, who's a senior specialist doing some amazing things with seniors. And this is a perfect opportunity for me to drop a shameless plug for our company. We've got a new senior division that is really focused and dedicated to serving our seniors throughout Southern California. So check that out when you have an opportunity. But Spencer, Jewel is asking, what is your typical budget on some of these videos that you're creating?
Kind of like Chase said, it can be anywhere from for my property videos, it's kind of a baseline of $750, and then you can go up from there. I haven't done the high end where you have a model or you have a car or something crazy, which I'd like to do, but just basics, $750 roughly for a property video. $750. Yeah.
Right on. And Kathy, hi, Kathy Kilman out of our Newport Beach office is asking, where can they consume more content from you guys? So really quickly, I know, Spencer, you've got a YouTube channel that's out there. So why don't you let us know what that URL is?
My assistant just walked out. I don't know.
Okay. I love it.
I think it would come up if you do youtube.com/Spencer Wall Real Estate.
Very cool.
That's my Facebook, so I think that's probably my YouTube.
All right, very good. How about Andrew? How about you? Where could people find your stuff?
Well, we're now doing. We just started a YouTube channel, so it's really for my Zoom meetings. Like the last one I did was with a trust attorney, so we're developing that right now, and that's where we're going to put our commercials that we're filming for AdWorks. Excuse me.
Yeah. Right. No, that's great.
Ask Andrew is you can find it on Spitz Camera Group, IGTV, Instagram. You can follow me there, or you can watch it on. And if you friend request me, I have a couple people left. I'm closing it on 5,000 friends. So you can request me, and I'll accept you, especially if you're a Berkshire Hathaway, and you can see it there.
Right on. And Chase, where will people consume the majority of your content? You're on mute there, buddy.
Yeah, sorry about that. Instagram, chase.cromwell is where I post most of my content. I do have a YouTube channel, but it's just to have a storage place for my videos. I don't really promote it from there or anything like that.
Very good. And Chase, are you leveraging Facebook in any way?
No, not really. I've noticed a way better turnover on Instagram than I do on Facebook. And I also think that has to do with your network and your generation. But I've been reading a lot of articles lately on how to optimize my social media. And I've learned to let go of so much Facebook stuff and to really, really focus on Instagram. From what I understand, it's like 60% higher turnover on Instagram than it is on Facebook. So.
For your specific audience, for the demographic.
This is out of an article, so I'm just imagining it would be for my audience, but this is out of an article. I couldn't tell you who wrote it, but they said that it's 60% higher your turnover for marketing advertisement on Instagram than it is on Facebook.
Very good, very good. Let's talk equipment, guys. Andrew, what kind of equipment do you use to execute your videos?
Well, now I have a mic.
Very cool.
I used to get all these comments that people would say they couldn't hear me, and I go, "What? Huh?" I go, "You're getting old." And I have a tripod that sits on my desk. I do that sometimes for storylines. It's mainly Debbie, my assistant, films me, or when I'm going through a house or something, it's just me filming the house, or I'll get maybe Jenny, who's on our team, to film us or whatever. When I'm with Fran, I think I sent you a clip of a Zoom listing appointment, which you don't have to show, but to film both of us. Like I said, I think he's better. He would be better on camera once he got the hang of it. And so I'm pushing him. So eventually we'll start to see more Fran than me, hopefully.
Very cool. So you use your cell phone for everything, right? You don't have a separate camera.
I have separate cameras, but you know what? It's like when I travel, it's like I lug the camera around. I'm like, God, I hate carrying this thing around.
Yeah.
It's just easy access to use the cell phone for that same purpose. But yeah, I mean, just because, I never know when I'm going to film. I'm at a showing every time I'm at a showing, the way it is right now with the pandemic, this week we brought out 2 listings. We had one house that had over 30 showings. So you might sit there and film the people waiting to get in the house to show the build up and the excitement to build more momentum and hopefully drive the price up. And so, that's what I'll try to do. I'll just film it or look at this crowd, here at the Spitz Camera Group, making it happen or something, something to that effect. So
absolutely. iPhone or Android?
iPhone. My son would like me to switch, but
he's the tech guy. I get it.
A Chase. If I was, maybe I would do that.
Got it. And iPhone, which one?
11.
11. Right, very good. Spencer, how about you? So we know you hire a videographer for your higher production stuff, but what about for everything else? Do you just use your phone, or do you have an external camera that you use?
So I have a golden nugget for everyone with video. So the technology device called DJI, that's a brand. It's called the Osmo Pocket, OSMO Pocket. And it's the size of about a toothbrush, and it connects to your phone, or you can hold it like this. And they're about $300, but the quality of sound and video from this little device is off the charts. And I have the return on investment's insane, because I don't want to just use it for my Instagram or a Facebook video. I take it on vacations with our family, but property tours. If you're working with buyers that are not in the area and you video with the Osmo Pocket and send it to them, it's a high-end video, just the quality alone. And you can walk through and it doesn't bounce, it doesn't shake. There's no ruffling in the sound. And it saves right to your phone. It's, like I said, I'm low tech. I don't even know what iPhone I have. Like Andrew knows, I do not know what it is. I'm very low tech, but that piece of technology has it's helped with. I can't count how many sales I've probably got by helping buyers with that, or even sellers in escrow. You're like, here's what it looks like, and it just the quality is really, really good, and it's
so that's so we have Bennett Eller here. Thank you, Bennett, for posting that. So if anybody's
that's my video, by the way.
Oh, awesome! All right, Bennett. Well, there you go. That's the mastermind behind his videos there. So that camera is called the DJI Osmo Pocket 2. So apparently
it's new. Yeah, I don't have the 2 yet, but
very cool, very cool. Well, Bennett, I'm sure you're going to be getting lots of calls from here soon. So good job, by the way, Bennett, on all of those awesome videos there. Chase, how about you? What do you use?
iPhone. I use that most of the time. Obviously, my videographer has his own stuff, but if I'm doing just like the stuff that Andrew does, and I'm sitting in my office, I have a tripod with that ring light on it. I think we just got it off Amazon for $100. I do have the DJI Osmo, but I don't have the Pocket one. I kind of want to look into it. I think I lost my other one, but yeah, I think the biggest thing is people should look into mics. Like Andrew said, being clear when you're talking is the most important thing. And I've had a lot of feedback on my muffled voice in my videos. So,
yeah, Andrew, you want to share with them the what you use now as a mic?
Can you bring it? Yeah, I'm gonna have my assistant bring it to me. So I can show you.
Yeah. So it's actually a wireless lavalier. So it's a lapel mic that he uses, and it's pretty simple, isn't it, Andrew? It's pretty straightforward to use.
It's very simple. I need it because people don't understand me with my Encino accent. Not that clear without a mic. So here's the equipment.
It looks complex, but it really isn't. It's like a receiver, then a transmitter, and then one of them and they literally give you the tags on it. They say this one goes to your cell phone, right? And then you just plug it right in and you adjust the volumes and you attach the lapel mic.
This one is the one that goes in the cell phone. You can see the extension, and this is the one that I attach to my body.
Yep. And it's made a tremendous difference. You sound fantastic. In your last video, it was fantastic. So, and I think it was only like what, $170 or something like that.
Something under 200. I mean, these are small investments in your production or your business. And as Spencer said, you'd like to do a video. We've done videos with models and all that. They're really not that much money if you consider what you're selling. I think the one we used with the models, the house was a $4 million house. So considering the commission you make and what it cost us in production, you have to make money. You have to spend money to make money. And, that's how I got my first assistant. People would always tell me, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. You can't afford not to. That's how you grow your business. I mean,
I love it.
It's hard for me to go from one assistant to now 4 people that work for us and help us. And God bless them because they feel the pain every day, just like me.
Without a doubt. And I appreciate you so much, Andrew, because you've been doing this for a long, long time. And you have tried and true things that still drive your business today. And the fact that you're so willing to embrace these new things and not just say, stuff doesn't work, right? There are other awesome practitioners out there, like our good friend from downtown San Diego, Greg Newman. I've been working with him. He's investing and he's building an entire little studio. For him to begin doing not only listing presentations, but video clips and everything like that. He's really investing and kind of going all in.
Well, he's amazing. If you've never had a chance to speak to him, I speak to him every convention I'm at. He's brilliant. His thought process is brilliant. That's how I got, honestly, like I said earlier, that's how I got better at what I surround myself around better people. and learn from them. So when I got in the business, I asked a lot of questions to people that are more knowledgeable than I am. And that's how my partnership started, because when I started with Harriet, she was the best in the business and the most technical. She doesn't lose a deal. And I figured, well, if she doesn't lose a deal and I'm good at marketing, we should be able to slam ourselves through the valley and make a lot of money. So that's exactly what we've done for close to 26 years.
Outstanding. And here's Bennett again, giving us some more tips from the pro. This is the videographer who's behind Spencer's wonderful videos there. He's telling everybody to check out the Rode Go mic, which is also another small little easy thing to use. And I agree with him 100%. So love that. I love geeking out over equipment. You guys are getting tons of love in the chat here. Everybody's loving that you're doing. And really appreciate that. So as we get closer to our end of our time together, how many of you are live streamers? Spencer, do you live stream now?
I just did one before this Facebook Live. I said, hey, I'm going live. Very humble. You should see my stand-up desk here. It's on a box. Prop just this. And all over. And I did a live like that. Just kind of said, hey, I'm going live. I want everyone to know that I'm nervous even to do this live. And now I'm an expert panelist, which I don't know how I got that label, but every time my gut kind of churns when I hit live, but I'm doing it for you. And
that's awesome.
I'd like to do more.
Good. So today was the first day?
So yeah.
Got it.
Well, the first time in a while. I've done live past at a property, inviting to an open house or something, but haven't in a long time.
Excellent. Andrew, how often do you go live? I know your show is weekly, and do you do that on the same day, same time? Is it a consistent thing?
I do it, I try to do it from 5 to 7 days a week, filming stories or filming showings to keep the viewers engaged with what's going on with us. And
is that something live, or you're just recording and then posting?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's storylines. I try to do storylines, and for example, I haven't done this in a while. I walk out and it's a stop sign. I take a photo of the stop video. Stop. Don't miss Ask Andrew tonight at 6.
That's good. That's good promotion. So you're live streaming. What days do you do that? And is it a consistent same time, same day?
It used to be Saturdays, but that's really hard to do on a Saturday because we're really busy and we're very hands-on, and I don't like to send the assistants out to do showings, so it's either myself or Fran.
Yep.
So I switch it to Wednesday night at 6, which isn't easy either because we're always busy, but that's the best time I can find where I can, just like I'm doing now, turning off my phones and letting everything go to voicemail until we can answer everything. So it's just once a week.
Right on. And Chase, how about you?
I'm sorry, and then the Zoom meeting, I guess that's live. We do that every other Friday.
So now tell us about that. So this is a standing kind of webinar that you host, and then you just invite everybody to come and register and participate?
Right. So the way I work it is I take a lot of my past clients and invite them in, or I have my assistant call or email, besides emailing, call, because I always believe in all forms of communication. Email is kind of like nobody really wants to pay attention to it, and I'm not going to ever text message everybody because that's usually the way you get a better response. But I email and call, and then I work on the list of people that I'm working with now currently, buyers and sellers, as well as past clients for the last few years, and then engage. And then I have a list of people I want to invite in to speak, like we had Natalia, our in-house lender, on, and so just a way that people can feel comfortable and get to know that person, and then possibly get them some referrals and vice versa back for me. And it's a very nonchalant, indirect approach. Like I said earlier, it's the seed. It's planting my farm to grow and build the relationships.
Right on. Chase, how about you? I know you do a lot of stories. You put a lot of videos on your feeds, but how often do you actually just hit the live button? Oh, there you go. Let me got to unmute. There you go.
I don't remember the last time I did it, honestly. I don't ever use live. I wish I did. That's probably the most uncomfortable type of videoing that's out there for me. But I use a lot of my stories and stuff like that.
I think I'm pretty convinced by now that with your audience and the amount of people who just follow you because of how not only how much you post, but the content that you post. I bet you if you did something like Andrew and ask Chase Cromwell, ask the Cromwell group, I bet you'd have a lot of traction.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm almost willing to bet you on it. Right. So awesome. Very cool stuff.
One thing I just want to say on the Ask Andrew, which if you guys do it or want to do your own show, the way is spread the love as well is I do shout outs. I had one of my clients was the news weatherman. He used to do shout outs on Channel 4 News for me locally. So I do shout outs for my clients that have birthdays or anniversaries, and I collect them during the week so that I have a list. And then I send video clips of Ask Andrew to them so they can see that I'm speaking about them, because people love to be engaged in part of your routine or see themselves on video or mentioned. So it awesome. Captures them. So that's another way, just so you know. I'm just trying to share it with you.
That's a great nugget. Such a great nugget. I love that. And it really personalizes everything that you do. And that's awesome. All right, gentlemen, any parting words for anybody who's, still nervous about getting on video and they're not sure if they can do this? Chase, what are some parting words that you have for them?
Do it as much as you can. And the more you do it, the less nerve-wracking it gets. You'll get comfortable with it eventually. I still do 20 takes. So if you are embarrassed that it takes you 20 takes, I've been doing it now for 6 years. I still do it that way. So don't be discouraged by that at all.
Spencer.
I'd say, practice does not make perfect. People actually probably want to see you stumble over your words or say whoops or whatever. I've learned that you can still do the takes, but honestly, you just want to be authentic. And I think that's the best feedback I get is when I'm authentic and just talking like I would have face to face. So just
that word authentic is thrown around so much, right? And I think that you all do a really, really good job at actually depicting that. And so, I appreciate that. That's just not overthinking it, right, Spencer?
Right. Yeah. If you have the thought that I should do something, like, you got to go with it. Because even when it comes down time to post, sometimes I'm like, should I post this? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forgiving. They don't expect perfection, So I tell myself anyway.
Cool. Andrew.
I just say do it and let it flow. Even if you look awkward, it's okay, because it just shows the human side of you. And we're all human. We all have tripped on something before. We've all made mistakes. It's just working through it. And they'll see that you're genuine. The more you do it, they'll see how genuine you are and your passion for it. I think that's what people comes across on my videos. They see that I'm very passionate, and I put them before my commission, and that's really what's important. So just go about it, and don't worry if you fall. It's okay. Pick yourself back up.
I agree 100%. And gentlemen, you're outstanding. Thank you again. I'm proud to know all of you. I love watching your content, as everyone here it does as well. And if they haven't discovered you, you go out and find these gentlemen. They're awesome. So thank you guys. Thank you for being on the panel today, and look for more panels just like this. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services California Properties is filled with amazing practitioners who go out every single day and put their client first before their own pocketbooks. That is our way. And this is just a small demonstration of the nearly 3,000 agents that do this every single day in their own communities, from Santa Barbara all the way down to the Mexican border. And I know I'm speaking for everyone when I say we're proud to be part of this company. And if we can do anything to help serve you, your families, your friends, if we can help you build an amazing, successful real estate business, give us a shout, and any of us will be happy to help. Thanks again, guys. Have a great one. And we'll talk to you all real soon. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.